They started filming Superman on February 29th, a day that barely exists. It was intentional, a nerdy, emotional nod to Clark Kent's rare leap year birthday in the comics. But what else changed that day on set? And how did one impossible date set the tone for the entire movie? Let's uncover 20 strange secrets about Superman 2025 they never meant to show. Number 20. Gunn skipped Superman's childhood because he said, "You already know that part. Let's move on." Superman crashes to Earth, raised in Kansas. Learn he's not human. We've seen that playbook a dozen times. James Gunn throws it out. In Superman 2025, Clark's already working at the Daily Planet, already in the Cape, already questioning his place in the world. Gunn called it bluntly, "Audiences don't need another Krypton flashback." In his own words, the rocket, the spider bite, the alley murder, those are scenes I never want to shoot. It's bold, but it's smart. Gunn uses that space to ask new questions instead. What does Superman mean today? What happens when you skip the myth and show the man? And speaking of showing something new, what if Superman's most emotional co-star has paws? Number 19. Krypto isn't a cameo. He's a full-on character, stealing scenes like a superpowered puppy. He doesn't just bark and run off screen. Krypto saves Superman's life, literally drags him through a snowstorm to the Fortress of Solitude after the Baravian hammer nearly kills him. That's not a side gag. That's an arc. Krypto appears throughout the film, during battles, bonding scenes, even a deleted bit where he growls at Mr. Terrific in a pet shop. His model? Gunn's real-life rescue dog, Ozu, scanned into digital life. The performance is funny and emotional. Kids adored him. And post-release, Google searches for "adopt a dog like Krypto" skyrocketed. One pet group even called him the best recruitment tool since Lassie. But Krypto wasn't the only part of this movie that carried hidden meaning. Number 18. They started filming on a leap day, basically making February 29th Superman's new birthday. It's easy to miss, but Superman 2025 began filming on February 29th, a date that technically only exists every 4 years. That wasn't planned as a PR stunt. Gunn called it a coincidence. But fans quickly made the leap. Superman's official comic book birthday? Also February 29th. Suddenly, this mythic detail became something more. A hero born on a rare day. A new story filmed on a rare date. Crew members posted about it. Reddit threads declared it canon. And now, every leap year has a little more heat to it. But filming day surprises didn't compare to what exploded the moment the first costume photo hit the web. Number 17. Red underwear came back and the internet absolutely lost it for 2 days straight. It was the photo heard round the fandom. Corrin Sweat standing proud, fists clenched, cape flowing, and right there, the classic red trunks. Absent for over a decade, they were back. Gunn didn't flinch. "That's Superman," he said in press rounds. Costume designer Judiana Makovsky confirmed this was a late but deliberate choice. Social media instantly split. Fans cheered the return to Donner-era boldness. Others said it looked goofy, outdated. Thousands of TikToks, Twitter threads, and hot takes boiled down to one thing. People cared deeply about red underwear. It became a symbol of canon, of tone, of what kind of Superman this version wanted to be. And right behind the trunks came a face made of stone. Number 16. Metamorpho shows up already mutated. The movie just said, skip the boring origin stuff. You expect transformation scenes, lab explosions, painful discoveries. But Superman 2025 skips that. When Anthony Carrigan's Metamorpho appears, he's already deep in his tragedy, half man, half elemental, fully broken. No origin, no setup, just trauma. Gunn introduces him as part of Lex Luthor's Justice Gang, already working under pressure. His body cracks, his voice trembles. You feel the cost without the setup? That's the point. The origin lives in the scars. It's a choice that mirrors the film's approach to world building. Start in the middle. Make the viewer catch up. And in doing so, reward them with depth instead of exposition. Next, the story zooms out to a fictional war that hits far too close to home. Number 15. The fake countries in the movie sparked real political fights online. Like actual arguments, Superman steps into a war between two fictional nations, Baravia and Jarhanpur. On paper, it's just a plot, but the moment audiences saw the invasion scene, the comparisons began. People started asking, wait, is this about Ukraine? Palestine? Global power imbalance? Online arguments blew up? Twitter threads? Reddit debates? Think pieces from both sides. The Guardian called Baravia eerily similar to Russia. Others pointed to Gaza. The scenes didn't mention real countries, but the setup, a richer military power crushing a poorer neighbor, felt too familiar. Gunn said the script was written before the conflicts escalated. Still, the audience saw parallels. And it made the film bigger than expected. That's when the studio got nervous. Would international boards react? Some already had. One board cut out part of the film entirely, because of a kiss in the sky. Number 14. One kiss scene got censored overseas because flying romance was too intense for some India's film board watched the final cut and flagged the mid-air kiss. Too long? Too sensual. So they trimmed it by 33 seconds. That's over half the scene. It's not new for India's CBFC, but this one hit hard. Fans asked why a flying embrace between Superman and Lois was considered too much. Then it got worse. Another kiss got clipped, and they blurred a middle finger from Guy Gardner's scene. In total, about 41 seconds vanished from the Indian release. It sparked real backlash, double standards, headlines. Some viewers even tried importing the full cut. Gunn stayed quiet. But the fans didn't. They saw it as censorship of emotion, not just content. And the bigger controversy? Gunn saw it coming, even before the film opened. Number 13. Gunn warned fans would get mad. And yep, they argued for weeks about alien metaphors. Months before the premiere, Gunn gave an interview. He said plainly, this version of Superman might upset people. He was right. The movie leans deep into Clark's alien identity. There's a line where he calls himself a visitor, never truly American. That alone set off headlines. Some saw it as a powerful truth. Others called it political bait. Commentators jumped in. Think tanks, bloggers, pundits. Suddenly, Superman became part of America's real immigration debate. Gunn never apologized. He said Superman's always been the story of an immigrant. The conversation didn't end with tweets. Fox News ran a segment. Time ran another. The film had entered culture war territory just by being honest. And even casting couldn't escape the tension. One actor? Too big for the old suit. Number 12. The OG Superman suit ripped during fitting. New actor is literally too jacked for Cavill's suit. David Corenswet is 6'4". Henry Cavill was 6'1". That matters when you're squeezing into a muscle suit. For early screen tests, Gunn used Cavill's old costume, but Corenswet had packed on nearly 40 pounds of muscle by then. According to crew leaks, the suit stretched tight and tore during movement tests. Gunn joked about it in interviews, called it a great problem to have. Costume designer Judiana Makovsky had to rebuild the suit from scratch, adjusting for height, width, and Corenswet's longer frame. The new version used flexible weaves, more breathable lining, and a reinforced chest plate. All because the lead actor grew too fast. Still, even with the perfect fit, the biggest audience reaction came from a poster, just a single image. Number 11. The all-star Superman image revealed hit fans like a nostalgia nuke right before release weeks, before trailers. Fans saw him. Superman sitting on a ledge, cape draped behind, sun rising. If you know comics, you feel it. It was a direct echo of All-Star Superman number 1, the 2005 cover by Frank Quitely. Same posture, same mood, Same quiet power. Gunn never said it outright. But fans noticed immediately, and the internet melted down. It wasn't just aesthetic. That comic is about Superman facing death with grace. Fans began wondering, does he die in this movie? Is this a clue? Gunn didn't answer, which only added fuel. The image was used on promo cups, cereal boxes, and even a Dairy Queen tie-in. It got people looking for more hidden messages. The next one came from the makeup chair, 6 hours at a time. Number 10. Metamorpho's makeup took 6 hours a day. Sometimes he couldn't walk after every shoot day. Anthony Carrigan sat still for nearly 6 hours, just to become Metamorpho. The cracked skin, the multicolored face, the strange textures. It was all practical. No CGI shortcut. The process started at 3 a.m. Artists layered on foam, latex, and paint. Piece by piece. Some days, Carrigan said he couldn't feel his legs after sitting so long. Others, he stayed in character through lunch. The result? A performance that felt raw. His scenes hit harder because his body actually ached. Carrigan later said the pain helped him get into Metamorpho's broken mindset. That sacrifice gave the role depth. And behind all that cracked skin, he made fans feel something. But there was something else that triggered emotions, notes that made grown men tear up. Number 9. The music sneaks in old Superman theme notes, enough to hit you in the feelings you hear it for half a second. Maybe less, but it's there. A soft echo of John Williams' original 1978 theme. The new score by John Murphy and David Fleming avoids a full remake, but it threads in pieces. A chord here. Brass rises there. If you grew up with Christopher Reeve, it hits like a memory. They call it thematic recall, but it's more than that. It's identity. Gunn said he wanted to honor the past without copying it, so instead of blasting nostalgia, he lets it creep in slowly. Critics had mixed takes. Some said it leaned too hard, others said it held back. But for fans, that familiar sound was enough. Then the film takes you somewhere colder, far from any orchestra or city. Number 8. They filmed the fortress scenes in icy Norway because it just kind of looked like Antarctica. Most of the Fortress of Solitude scenes feel isolated, white, brutal. You'd think they filmed in Antarctica. They didn't. Instead, they went to Svalbard, Norway. It's deep in the Arctic Circle, cold, stark, barely any roads. Gunn picked it for one reason. It felt like Superman's fortress should. The outdoor shots were brutal. Wind gusts hit 60 miles per hour. Equipment froze. The cast and crew layered up in heated suits. But it worked. The visuals didn't need filters or VFX tricks. The real ice made the sets feel alive. Then they rebuilt the fortress interior at Trilith Studios in Georgia. Over 240 custom crystals, just for one location. You can feel the chill on screen. But while the visuals got colder, the image quality got sharper. Number 7. Gunn used IMAX red cameras everywhere. You can literally see Superman's pores. Every shot in Superman 2025 uses IMAX-certified red digital cameras. It's rare to shoot a whole superhero film that way. But Gunn wanted detail, real detail. The resolution is so sharp you can see Corrin Sweat's pores. One frame captures snowflakes melting on his suit. Another shows heat waves shimmering off Metamorpho's face. Cinematographer Henry Bram, who worked with Gunn on Guardians 3, pushed for the red V-Raptor 8K system. It gave Gunn more flexibility with lighting and color in post. But it also meant longer render times and bigger file loads. The visual payoff, though? Huge. Critics said the film looked crisp even on non-IMAX screens. And that visual team, many of them had been here before. Same crew, different cape. Number 6, the crew behind this film also worked on Suicide Squad, so it has the same wild energy James Gunn brought back his go-to people. Beth Mickle on production design, Judiana Makovsky on costumes. Both helped build the Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That crew knows Gunn's style, colorful but grounded, comic book wild but human. The result? Superman 2025 has the same playful weirdness, but with a bigger heart. The city shots feel lived in. The tech feels used. Even the alien elements have texture. Makovsky said they wanted Superman's suit to feel woven, not plastic. That detail shows. So when you see the fortress crystals or Guy Gardner's ugly jacket, you're seeing the same hands behind Harley Quinn's chaos and Rocket Raccoon's gear. And speaking of symbols, one detail caused a stir before the film even opened. Just a logo with sharp angles and deep history. Number 5. The Kingdom Come S logo was teased on launch day, and fans lost their minds again. The logo dropped first. Sharp angles, heavy lines, a shape comic readers knew by heart. It carried the look of Alex Ross's Kingdom Come from 1996, a story where Superman returns after years away. People spotted the influence immediately. Gunn shared the image on Instagram. No caption explaining it. No breakdown. He let fans connect the dots. They did, fast. Threads filled with side-by-side comparisons. Some loved the throwback. Others debated if this meant a darker arc. It created tension before a single frame of the movie reached theaters. Logos rarely start debates. This one did because it tied Superman to a story built on loss and return. And once that symbol spread, attention turned to the place behind it. Those glowing crystals. Number 4. They brought back the Crystal Fortress from the 1978 movie. Total throwback moment. The moment audiences saw the interior of the fortress, many recognized it. Tall crystal towers, cold blue light, a design that reached back to Richard Donner's 1978 film. Gunn and production designer Beth Mickle confirmed the influence. They built over 240 crystal pieces by hand at Trilith Studios. The goal? Make it feel old and new at the same time. A place with history, a place with memory. That familiar crystal glow acted like a bridge between eras, one that grounded Corin Sweat's Superman in a long lineage. Fans loved the detail. Some said it felt like coming home. Others argued it leaned too far into nostalgia. But the set carried weight on screen. And in the middle of all that reverence, one actor refused to soften a certain look. Number 3. Nathan Fillion insisted on keeping the weird Guy Gardner haircut. And somehow one Guy Gardner's haircut from the comics has been a running joke since the 1980s. The bowl cut, the sharp edges, the look that screams trouble. Warner Bros. Wanted a toned-down version. Fillion said no. He pushed for accuracy. Gunn backed him. In behind-the-scenes interviews, Fillion joked that Gardner's hair is his personality. Take it away, and the character loses his edge. Makovsky, the costume designer, said the fight lasted through early fittings, but in the end, the haircut stayed. The choice paid off. Fans laughed the moment he appeared. Comic readers cheered because they knew the reference. Critics said it added charm. But outside the theater, something unexpected happened. A spike in adoption numbers hit the charts after opening weekend. Number 2, crypto-boosted dog adoptions in real life. People legit wanted a super dog of their own. A week after release, Google searches for "adopt a dog near me" shot up by over 500%. That number came from Woofs, a dog training app tracking adoption interest. Crypto played a big role. He looked like a terrier schnauzer mix, and adoption centers reported higher requests for that exact look. Warner Bros. Even partnered with Best Friends Animal Society. Shelters waived fees for a weekend. Hundreds of dogs found homes. Reporters called it the crypto bump. It's rare for a superhero film to influence real adoption numbers. But Crypto's scenes, saving Clark, running beside Lois, charging into danger, made people want that bond in real life. And while audiences embraced the dog, the studio tracked another number behind the scenes, a massive financial one tied to the film's final run. Number 1. The movie cost $225 million, but made over $600 million. Superman still prints money, apparently. Production budgets for big superhero films vary, but Superman 2025 landed around $225 million. Marketing added another chunk on top. Industry trackers called it a risky play after several DC underperformers. Then the box office numbers came in. Around $354 million domestic. Over $262 million international. A global total climbing past $615 million. Analysts from Deadline predicted a theatrical profit near $125 million. A clear win in a crowded field. Fans helped through repeat viewings. Families showed up. Nostalgia played a part. And crypto drew younger audiences. It stacked up faster than projections. Studios pay close attention to these patterns. Profit shapes sequels. Profit shapes tone. Profit shapes casting. And every number ties back to how people connected with the story, character by character, and choice by choice. So what are your thoughts on the newest Superman film? Was it a success or a total flop? Which of these strange facts from Clark Kent's latest adventure shocked you the most? Leave a like, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for our next Classic Movie Rewind.